there is never one day that you went and voted in another constituency. Why would you do that when you're in America?
He noticed that people were being shipped, from other places, who had registered from other places. So during the voting day, unaona watu who don't look like people from the area.
Yes.
Because every candidate has their own people that they saw. If I'm a candidate,
I remember that interview. Yeah.
Let's say like if I'm a candidate in Langata constituency, naenda na leta watu kutoka home huko Malindi wapi na leta wote wakuja wa register.
Yes.
And then during voting day I also bust them in
back again.
They come and vote for me and I defeat you. But now with this you don't even have to bust them in during registration. This is the One Mic Show.
Swali happening, and I think this is where Mika is going with this thing, is that when we got locked out, like you said, out of the registration period, then the registration period that they opened up for us was, I think, a week and a half?
It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. I don't know
with 1 week notice. It may not have been enough for somebody to come in, register, to change their particulars, and then come in again
to vote,
to come back and vote, because we did it all in the same year of voting. We did it in January, February,
yes,
and then we came back.
Because the voting was in August.
I remember we got the notice while some of us were still in Kenya. Yes, people were still on vacation in Kenya.
Actually, we missed the Kenya one because we could have registered in Kenya.
Yeah, so we were still in Kenya, and then we were being told that the diaspora registration is starting within. So some people when it started, people were still in Kenya.
Actually, you're the guys who shocked me and told me, by the way, IEBC and they have opened registration, and I'm like, what?
Yep.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mika had the question he was asking.
Now, Ali, before Mika comes in, I think that should answer that person who asked about mbona tunaanza mapema. This thing we have to study it early.
Yeah.
Because if we do the last minute, kutakuwa na a lot of miscommunication. We have to study it early.
Yeah.
And that is what you are doing.
So that things can be smoothed out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Mika, you had a question.
My question is simple. If you have registered voter in Kenya, there is never one day that you went and voted in another constituency. Why would you do that when you're in America?
Ni kweli hiyo hapo. I totally agree with you, Omosh, Yorela.
And I need to find out because tulikuwa we were there with them.
Yeah.
I forget it, or was it they could not verify the ID. There was something, whatever it was something weird. They couldn't verify.
Guess what? Hata kama umeregister Kongoni primary, you cannot go vote in Madaraka primary.
No, I understand that. That part I understand. I understand because that's the law and that's the way they work.
Hiyo si makosa ya IEBC bana.
Right?
Yeah. No, you're tukubali.
No. Agreed, Mika, on that one.
But I think having these conversations is good.
It is.
Because there are people who are so removed.
They need to be flexible.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no flexibility on that, Omosh.
There's no flexibility.
Let's be honest.
No, there's no flexibility. It's the law.
Yeah, it's a law.
Like but the issue here is the communication. How
what are
IEBC
they communicating though? Uno, what does IEBC need to communicate?
No. Like educate because what they need to communicate.
To answer that?
Yeah.
ChatGPT naongea.
No.
Anyway.
What the issue here is this.
Yeah.
The issue here becomes the way. Okay, what needs to happen is IEBC needs to be able to facilitate, to furnish information, and make sure they have done a good job of educating the masses. Do civic education such that the information is out there.
But
the unfortunate thing is they
do that when you register to vote. They tell you will only be able to vote in your constituency and the polling stations. These are the polling stations you can vote in. Like basically, wewe ukiregister Madaraka primary kuvote, utakuja kuvote Madaraka primary. Hakuna place ingine utaenda kuvote. Hiyo ni kitu wanakuanga wakisema from inception. Wakisema zile advertisement zao za kura. It is there. It is communicated. We cannot. Vile Danso namsema tuko na entitlement kafulani sisi wa Kenya.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that IEBC are the best institutional side, but here I will not tusiwaingilie kitu yenye.
No, atuwaingilie.
They communicate, like the fact of you cannot vote outside of your constituency is a known fact and is communicated.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I'm in agreement with what Mika is saying. That's very basic knowledge. You know, like that's very basic knowledge that you cannot.
Let me find out exactly what that issue was.
Yeah, find out
it was
from them.
something that those Jamas could have sorted out.
I will support Mika. I will buttress Mika's point and redact from mine, because I'm trying to. It's like I'm trying to put the onus on IEBC to educate. But like Mika is saying, you know, because you know, full disclosure, I was a first-time voter.
First time kabisa.
First time.
Okay.
You are not the only one.
I was a first-time voter, so walikuwa wengi, but I was a first time. So I think
walikufanyia kitu wafanyia watu akikuja kwa show mara ya kwanza.
Hiyo
wachana hiyo. You're popping the cherry.
Yeah, wachana na hiyo hapo.
Okay, sawa. So if people already know, which means which I can revert back to what Mika is saying and what you're supporting. Like, you should already know that you cannot vote where you do not register.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And that makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's no ands, ifs, or buts about that.
The one slight change that's there that Danson mentioned earlier, and I think IEBC should be screaming this on mountaintops because it was just mentioned in passing, is that you can now register. So let's say you're from Wargadud and you live in South Sea and you want to vote in Wargadud. You don't have to go to Wargadud to register. You can register
from
in any Langata constituency office, in any registration.
In any office.
You can register anywhere, but when it comes to the voting, you have to go to
Wargadud.
Yes. So previously you had to go register in Wargadud.
People had to go, like the guys who switched their stuff to go to when they used to do 3-piece.
Yes.
Walitoka Langata unataka kwenda kuvotia mtu wako nyumbani.
Yes. So you have to go to register.
They used to go OCHA. Guys used to go OCHA and register. And
so you don't have to.
Yeah. But now the only thing that concerns me about, it's a good thing, it's a good development, but the only thing that concerns me about this, when I was listening to PLO on how he lost Kamkunji when he ran for elections back in 2007, he was like, he was doing all these town halls and he thought they had everything in check. And then voting day, he noticed that people were being shipped, you know, like from other places, who had registered from other places. So during the voting day, unaona watu who don't look like people from the area.
Yes.
Because every candidate has their own people that they saw. If I'm a candidate,
I remember that interview. Yeah.
Let's say like if I'm a candidate in Langata constituency, naenda naleta watu kutoka home huko Malindi wapi na leta wote wakuja wa register.
Yes.
And then during voting day I also bust them in.
Back again.
They come and vote for me and I defeat you. But now with this, you don't even have to bust them in during registration. They can register at location wherever they are, so you only have to bust them in during voting. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about this later.
I guess that's the hack for when you're running for a seat.
When you're running for a seat,
other than still in the ballot.
Yes, we are not telling people to use this loophole.
MP wako sasa penye watu wanabebwa kutoka huko.
Yes.
Sasa anachua pia exposed.
Sasa we MP wa huko
pia wewe
unaleta watu wako kutoka wherever.
Kutoka paliko na base.
Yeah, so ni mfuko ndo inaongea.
So this is that pyramid scheme, that susu thing, whatever it's called.
Yes, it's like a pyramid scheme. Yes. And I bet you this issue will come up
after campaign.